Hi everyone and welcome to Mind Aids. At the outset, I'd like to thank you for watching our videos and for liking, sharing and subscribing to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. Now, as you know, we've started a new series about busting the myths on psychotherapy or psychology in general. The first video was already out 2 weeks back, and if you haven't had a chance to check it out, you can check it out in the link given in the description below. Now, you must be wondering, why should I watch this video? I mean, these videos are about psychology or psychotherapy in general. Why should I watch it? You may have all known someone, or even you may have felt that you need some help with your personal issues, or with managing your mental health, or with even managing your daily life issues. In such a case, the first person you need to think about is a psychologist. And you may even think about a psychologist, but what is the first idea that comes to your mind when you think about a psychologist? Majority of the people think in the wrong way or have the wrong notion about what a psychologist does or what goes on in a psychologist's office. And because of all these wrong notions, people are hesitant to seek help. A lot of people don't even think about referring a person to a psychologist, and a lot of people don't think about going to a psychologist for any of their problems. And you know what happens when people miss out on seeking help for their mental health issues. So this is our small attempt to dispel the little bit of ignorance that people have about what psychologists are or about what psychologists actually do. So in the second part of the series, we're going to be busting 5 different myths again. Something like talking to a family member or friend is just as effective and there's no need of going for therapy, or the therapist is a paid friend, or that a therapist is an expert and they will fix me for free. More videos are going to be released in the upcoming weeks, and I hope you will give us a chance by watching these videos. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel Mind Aids, and hit the bell icon for more notifications and latest updates. Thank you so much for your support, and now let's get to the video. Hi everyone and welcome to Mind Aids. In the previous video in this series, we discussed and busted some of the common myths that people have about psychologists and psychotherapy. In the second video of the series, let us discuss and bust 5 more myths that people may have about psychologists or psychotherapists. Talking with a friend or family member is also just as effective. After all, who needs a therapist when you can call up and spend time with your best friend? While support from friends and family is very, very important when you're struggling with mental health issues, a qualified psychotherapist has years and years of specialized education, training and experience that make them much more efficient in understanding and treating complex problems. Psychotherapists are trained to be objective so that they can even recognize behaviors and thought patterns which may not have been noticed even by those who are closest to you. Also, with friends and family, you may not want to talk openly, either because you don't want to hurt their feelings or you don't want to look bad in front of them. However, with a therapist, you can be completely honest for 2 important reasons. They will be non-judgmental and neutral, and they are required to keep whatever you share with them private and confidential, except for in certain situations. So talking to a family member or friend is not the same as going for therapy. Talking about my problems with a total stranger is not going to change anything. Well, talking about your problems over and over again may not actually change anything, and you may feel good after you have finished venting, but the problems don't disappear. But that's not what psychotherapy is about. The process of psychotherapy involves a discussion of your problems to understand them better, explore reasons for these problems, and to work toward making real changes that will help you feel more satisfied with your life. Of course, talking about your problems again and again may feel really uncomfortable for some time, but this discomfort is temporary, and in therapy, it will definitely lead you to feel better. So maybe talking with a stranger doesn't help you, but talking with a complete stranger who is honest, neutral, non-judgmental and accepting of you will definitely help you make a change. A psychologist is just a paid friend. Many people think that your psychotherapist or psychologist will become your best friend and then your problems will magically disappear. It is true that you will definitely grow close to your therapist and find comfort in them because of their helpful and non-judgmental stand. But your therapist is a professional. Therapists, as I have already said earlier, are bound by a strict code of ethics that discourages having any out of the office relationship with their clients. This means that your therapist is not going to disclose a lot of information about themselves or try to solve all of your problems by imposing their values on you. In fact, skilled psychologists will only tell you stuff about themselves that will be helpful to you and that will help you to grow on your own. Now, some people also think that just because you're paying a psychologist, they are obligated to listen to you every time of the day or give you free advice or do personal favors for you. This is not true. Just because you're paying your therapist, they're not obligated to do any of this for you. An efficient psychologist or psychotherapist will always maintain a boundary between their clients so that they can remain objective and help you in an effective way. If you have a psychologist in the family or if a psychologist is your friend, then they can solve all your problems for free. Many people think that if you know someone who's a psychologist personally, then they will talk to you, distribute their knowledge and solve all your problems for free. This is not at all true. As I said again, every psychologist is bound by this code of ethics that discourages any kind of relationships that are outside their workplace, which also means that a psychologist or psychotherapist cannot treat their family members or friends. This is to protect the well-being of their prospective clients and for their existing clients as well. Imagine that you have a psychologist in the family. They will probably know your personal history only from a certain angle, and this could make them biased, and this is not going to help them to help you in any way, because it's very difficult to maintain objectivity when you're treating your family or friends. Another truth is also that usually family or friends will expect a psychologist who is close to them to only say things that they want to hear, or they will only expect to be validated. They may not want to hear that something's wrong with them or with their child or with their family member or with their friend. So if a psychologist or psychotherapist tries to show an objective picture and point out something that they may have overlooked, it is very likely that a family member or friend will take offense more than someone who's not a family member or friend. For these reasons, a psychologist or psychotherapist leaves their work in their workplace and never tries to interject their work in their family members or friends' lives. A psychologist or psychotherapist will give me advice or fix me because the therapist is an expert at everything. This is actually kind of like comparing us to car mechanics. When you have repairs to be done for your car, what do? You take your car to the workshop and you leave it there to be repaired. Technically, you or the car doesn't have to do anything for the car to be repaired. But therapy is definitely not like that. The therapist isn't going to give you any ready-made solutions or advice on how to fix your life. Psychotherapy is not a passive process. You as a client have to actively participate, and majority of the best solutions will come from you, not from your therapist. Your therapist may be an expert in helping you to figure out and deal with your problems on your own, but the therapist is definitely not an expert who will give you quick fixes or advice on what to do to improve your life. I hope you're finding these series informative. We have more videos coming up in the next weeks. If you have any queries, you could comment in the box below or you could email us. For more videos like this, like, share and subscribe to our channel Mind Aids. Thank you and have a great day.